Welcome to the T-Pac Arcade. Today's game is Psycho Chaser for the NEC PC engine. In this 1990 shoot-'em-up from Nazitsoft, the Psycho Chaser android is deployed to destroy an evil artificial intelligence. Now, sending one AI to destroy another sounds like a terrible idea, but the fact that ours is an android makes it awesome, so I'm cool with this. Unlike most shoot-'em-ups, our protagonist here isn't a spacecraft or any other flying ship. It's a robot who's happy to just stroll along the ground, and at a pretty leisurely pace, mind you. The relaxed walking animation says, I'm 20 minutes early to an appointment, so I've got time to kill, but the rapid rate of the playfield scrolling says, I drank too much lemonade, and if I don't get to a bathroom real fast, we're gonna have a problem. So maneuvering around isn't too easy. See, pretty much all the enemies and stage elements in Psycho Chaser are real big, which makes the playfield cramped and difficult to navigate. The fortunate thing about the oversized sprites is that the bad guys are easy to hit. The unfortunate thing is, so are you. Plus, since the environment scrolls so fast, you're more than likely to get squished between an object and the bottom of the screen, especially in the level with all the columns along the walls. You don't want to hide behind those unless you're cool with getting trash compacted. And maneuverability is definitely important here to survive the onslaught of evil AI creatures. There are giant fire-spewing robot spiders in a cave strewn with tiny skulls, boomerang mechs in an ancient tomb, which, by the way, are the coolest enemies in the game simply by virtue of being mechs with boomerangs, underwater salamanders who have no back legs and are therefore irrefutably lizard mermaids, a skeletal condor who attacks you with its feathers but looks like it's attacking you with spicy corn dogs, orb cluster things that remind me of executive desk toys in a never-ending ribcage of death, nondescript mechanical green creatures whose wagging tails make them seem friendly but whose laser beams prove they aren't, and my personal favorite, this huge cyborg monstrosity with its dainty little arms and creepy exposed innards at its neck. Needless to say, the visuals here are all pretty great, and the fact that the sprites are so big really showcases the cool biomechanical designs, even if it makes the playfield a little claustrophobic sometimes, or all the time. The hero android sprite is a little generic compared to everything else in the game, but its excellent walking animation more than makes up for it, no matter how unfittingly slow and relaxed it is. The chiptunes here never wowed me, but I absolutely love how some of the weapons have this sort of blast beat thing going on, like the 16-bit version of rolling your R's, but with flamethrowers and homing cannons. The most novel aspect of Psycho Chaser is the weapon system. You can switch between 4 attacks on the fly. There's a fire blast, which is the strongest but only shoots straight forward, a spread shot that's more concerned with covering your robo-butt than anything else, a lateral ring attack to protect your sides with hula hoop lasers of death, and finally a glowing blue homing attack, which only fires periodically but snakes around the screen looking equally devastating and mesmerizing. It circles around the nearest enemies, damaging them on contact with all its swirly destruction. This was my favorite weapon by far, but only when I had a full arsenal of missiles to take care of everything that the homing shot wasn't currently occupied with. See, as useful as all these weapons are, they're not going to save you unless you've got plenty of missile pickups to augment your firepower. And speed boosts, because our android's leisurely stroll ain't dodging nothing unless he picks up the pace a bit. There are also tokens to collect which you allocate to upgrading the 4 main weapons after each level. I didn't really notice a difference by doing this, but I assume that's because the enemies gradually get stronger too, so things level out. All that being said, the difficulty of Psycho Chaser really revolves around your upgrades. The checkpoint system is pretty generous, but you forfeit your speed and missiles every time you lose a life. And for mediocre players like me, that basically made progress in this game untenable. I still finished it, but only by using save states to maintain all my power-ups and giving myself unlimited credits. Psycho Chaser is definitely one of those misleading games that looks easy but won't hesitate to trash compact you at every single chance it gets. Especially if you're unlucky enough to run into one of the items with a yellow down arrow, because those will take away all your speed. I swear, this android is determined to have his leisurely walk, but you just can't save the world at a quarter mile an hour. The power-ups are my favorite part of the game though, or more specifically, how plentiful the power-ups are. Enemies are constantly dropping them all over the screen, and they even sort of gravitate towards you. So even though I didn't technically need them since I cheated to keep myself at full power all the time, I couldn't resist grabbing as many as possible. What can I say? I'm highly susceptible to pointless dopamine triggers. Overall, I'd call Psycho Chaser a sleeper hit for the PC engine. And not just because our android's lax pace makes it seem like he's half asleep. Because who doesn't love swirling homing cannons, boomerang mechs, and wiping AI from the face of the planet?